Like, I really do not know how all y'all beauty gurus film with all these doggone lights on, girl. I'm about to melt, girl. This just, look, this can't be life. Hey guys, Tiffany with another video, and as you guys saw in the title, this is going to be all about my February favorites. You guys know, if you are familiar with my channel, that I love doing end of month favorites. It just gives you guys a good peek into the things that I've been loving. I definitely feel like for February, I have a really great mixture of oldies and, I don't want to say goodies, oldies and newies. I don't think newies is a word. I got a lot of old stuff I re-fell in love with, and then I got some new stuff that I ended up loving as well. So I feel like I got some really great things to show you guys. So no more talking, let's get started. So as always, we are going to start with skincare first. The first skincare item that I was loving came from Freeman's. It is their Rejuvenating Cucumber and Pink Salt Clay Mask. This one is supposed to detoxify, clear your pores for renewed skin. This is a 10-minute mask that was geared towards all skin types, and I have to tell you guys, I absolutely love this mask. I picked up about 4 new Freeman masks. Well, at least they were new to me. I don't know if that haul video is out, but I have a haul video coming for you guys, and I show you like all the different masks that I picked up. I pretty much loved each and every one of them. They all did some really great things, but I feel like this one just made my skin feel like so clean and so fresh, and I really liked it. I had a whole lot of skin issues this past month, and I think that it was the Dior foundation. I really believe that the new Dior foundation broke your girl out. Like, can y'all still see this one right here? This little man right here on my face that is still lingering. Like, my whole entire face, especially like the outside portions of my face, had broken out so bad. So I was really focusing a lot on skincare. So the next product that I was loving, it's kind of skincare because it's a lotion, so I'm just gonna say it goes hand in hand with skincare. This is the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Bum Bum Cream. You guys know what it looks like because I've shown you guys this thing so many times on my channel, especially more during the summertime last year. I feel like I wore this lotion out. What helped me remember was that I was actually sent the small travel size versions from Octoly, and then when they sent me this, it made me remember that I already had the big one that I absolutely love. I'm almost out of this one, so I think it's really cool that they ended up sending me that one. Here is how it looks on the inside, y'all. Like, I'm pretty much like, I got some on this side and then some towards the bottom, but I use this stuff like crazy. This smells so good, and it just smells like I'm supposed to be on somebody's tropical island instead of working like a horse inside the post office. Like, it just makes me feel like I'm supposed to be on the beach somewhere, and I love that it leaves these like gold flecks on your skin. I don't know, it just kind of makes me feel exotic. So I really like this, and the smell, I could sit here and sniff this stuff all day. It's a really strong scent. Like, if you put this on in the morning, you're still going to smell this when it's time for you to take a shower at night. Like, it is a really strong, and it lingers in your skin, but I like that. But it also does a really great job at keeping you moisturized. I don't know how it makes your butt look, or I don't feel like it does anything spectacular for my butt. I know it's called the Bum Bum Cream, but I just like it overall as a lotion. I love this, and again, I'm so glad I now have it in smaller sizes because I could kind of throw it in my bag and just go. First up, I have 2 primers that I have just been absolutely loving. The first one is no stranger here on my channel, so I guess this one would be like a oldie but a goodie. This is the YSL, the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Eclat Blur Primer. You guys know, like, at one point I could not put this down. I remember when I first picked it up, I definitely thought that this was more of like a gimmicky product. I was like, child, ain't nobody finna pay all that money just because it got a little gold flecks in it. It's really not that serious. Like, why y'all on here hyping this up and it can't be that great? I was so wrong. You know, I'm not afraid to admit when I was wrong, and I definitely was wrong about this. I can't really attest to all the fabulous claims that come along with this primer, but I will tell you, my foundation always goes on like a dream whenever I use this primer. It is something about this primer, and like any foundation I use, it always just goes on so smoothly and it just clings to the primer, and I always feel like I look flawless. Like every time, this primer never disappoints. Do I feel like it does like a great job at blurring out like my pores and all that stuff? Honestly, no. But like I said, it's something about this primer, like the way my foundation just goes on and applies and just sits. Like that foundation just sits, and when I say sits, I mean like sits cute, sis. Like it just looks so good and I absolutely love it. Another primer that I've been loving comes from Sephora. This is the Sephora brand Beauty Amplifier. This is their mattifying H2O gel primer. This is what the packaging looks like. Let me tell you something. If you have oily skin and you have a problem finding like a really good matte primer, try this one out. Because when I tell you, you apply this and it just like sucks up all the oil, like okay, that is definitely the sound effect that is needed with this primer. It just instantly mats you out, but it's really crazy because it goes on with like a gel-like texture, and you almost feel like, okay, this feels more hydrating than anything, but once it dries down, baby, it just is matte. Like there is no other word to describe this primer than a matte. Did you hear that emphasis on the t primer? And I absolutely love it. So a concealer that I found myself really liking is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour product. Here is what it looks like. I featured this in one of my haul did but how was it videos. Just in case you guys have not seen it, I'll leave a link to it right here. But I really like this concealer. I feel like for what, $7 I believe was the price of it, it does a really good job. It gives more of like a full coverage conceal type, which I don't always go for, but when I want that, I will reach for these. I think the color range is a little like I feel like they're missing a couple of shades in between, so I'm hoping as they're starting to relaunch new products and, you know, put out all this other stuff, that maybe they'll go back into the lab and tweak their color selection a little bit more. But I do feel like they have some really good like highlighting and contouring colors, and I really like this one, which is C12. I like to use that one for underneath my eye when I want more of a highlighted look. You do have to work fast because these dry down a bit quickly, but again, I think that overall they work really well. Okay, so I want to talk about another concealer product that I have been so in love with, and I have not heard anyone talk about them, which is really crazy to me. Now these are a newer product, so that could be it, but y'all, when I tell you I am in love, these are the Bare Minerals Bare Pro 16-hour full coverage concealers. I have two shades. I picked up one shade. I loved it so much that I went back and got another shade. Like, the hype is so real. That's how you know it's real. Buy a second one so I know it's real. So the two shades I picked up are Dark Neutral 13. That was the first one I got. And Dark Neutral 13, I'm going to go ahead and swatch these for you. Dark Neutral 13 was more of like my skin tone shade. That is Dark Neutral 13 right there. And again, I love this so much that I decided I wanted to go back and get more of like a highlighting color. So I went back and got Tan Dark Neutral number 12. So basically I got 12 and 13. So 12 right there and 13 right there. I'm actually wearing 12 underneath my eyes today. I'm just going to read really quickly what it says this is supposed to do. It says it's a 16-hour wear, one swipe coverage with a soft matte finish, waterproof, smudge proof, crease proof, dermatologist tested. Y'all, I have been so in love with these concealer sticks. I know I don't talk much about Bare Minerals here on my channel because I don't really know much about them as a brand, but these have just like changed my whole mind about actually looking more into Bare Minerals as a whole. Again, this one works great as more of an everyday concealer, and like I said, I'm wearing this one underneath my eyes today. They go on really creamy. Now it does say that they dry down to a matte, or it says it has a matte finish. I don't think it's a drying matte finish, but I do think it goes down to almost like a demi matte type of finish. But I love the way it feels underneath my eyes, especially because I have more drier under eyes. It just blends out so well. It lasts so long. I can wear this to work no problem. I've already tried it out, and you guys know if it makes it through a day at the post office, it gets a check in my book. And these have just been so amazing. Again, I haven't heard anybody talk about them, but I've been loving them. Oh, let's talk about eyeshadow palettes, because I have two that I have been loving. The first, I feel like I probably already mentioned this in a favorites video. I don't know, but if I did and I mentioned it again, it's just because I love it that much. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. You guys by now have clearly seen this palette quite a few times here on YouTube. I'll go ahead and cover the mirror so it doesn't blind you. Here are what the shades look like on the inside. I actually did a swatch video and like an initial impression video on this, so if you guys haven't seen it out, I'll leave a link right here. I'm wearing some of these colors on my eye today in mixture with another palette that I'm going to show you guys. Like, I just have been loving this palette. This is such an easy, effortless palette, and I think that's what I love about it. I feel like you can wear any one of these metallic-y shimmery shades and then just blend it out with this brown right here, and then pop in the black if you're feeling a little fancy, and just go about your business. Like, it's so easy to do an everyday look. It's so easy to do like a glam look. You can do so many things with this palette. This is probably the most versatile Too Faced palette that I have come across yet, and I really love it. But as I said, I have another one. Now this one is from a brand that I actually had never heard before. This company actually reached out to me, and I remember at first I was like, okay, I've never heard like anything about this brand. I was a little bit skeptical, but then when I went on their website, I did some research and I saw their shadows and the colors. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try because the colors look absolutely amazing. And this is from the company SYZYGY. Here is what the packaging looks like. It's that kind of like, I don't know, switch up packaging. Like, depending on how you're looking at it, it says something different. But when you open it up on the inside, it does come with a really nice size mirror. These colors on the inside of this palette are definitely what drew me in. I am wearing this green on my lid today. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it. And I'm actually wearing this as that under lid color. It looks like it's this white type of shade, but it actually has a purple reflect, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm also wearing this color underneath my outer bottom lid right here. Like, or not bottom lid, but my under eye right here. This is the shade that I'm wearing. Like, these colors are so pigmented. You do not need anything to help these colors show. I'm just gonna swatch some of them on my hands so you guys can see, and I'm gonna swatch them with no base, no nothing, so that you guys can get a feel for it. And I don't know how it's showing, because again, these are their Comet Crush Chameleon Glow eyeshadows, and here are what they look like. I just think these colors are really fun and really pretty, and I love how they look on my eye. I was just trying to play around with color. So these are actually really great. I'll have the information for their website down below. You guys can definitely check them out if you want. But I've really been playing around with the colors in this palette, and you guys know normally I'm not a big color girl, but I just really like them, and I love how they apply on the eye. Okay, we're almost done. I promise. We're almost done. This spray, this Mario Badescu spray, this is the newer one. The original one, I think, has like cucumbers or some type of smell. This one is aloe, chamomile, and lavender. This is the newer one they released maybe like a month or two ago. This smells really refreshing. I love the smell, and you guys know normally scents bother me. The smell of this is just really I don't know, it's really refreshing and really calming, and I really love this as more of a makeup refresher, not so much a setting spray. Like, to me, this doesn't do the best job at setting your makeup, at least not for my combo oily skin, but this kind of does what Fix Plus does, which is just like refreshes your makeup and kind of primes everything and gets everything in place. So for that reason, I really love it. And again, this one smells so good. Yellow. I'm recording because I know you can see I'm like all done up. You want to say hi to the people? Andre. Oh, I'm sorry. He's getting his outfit together for the track banquet. Ohio State. OHIO.
Do you think this one?
Is it bright? Is that like a bright red?
This was brighter than the other ones I found.
Yeah, oh, it's nice though. I'm sorry about that, guys, but y'all know how I feel when it comes to my kids. And even though Andre is in college now, he is still my baby. You know, he's my firstborn, my only son. So when he calls, everything stops. But that brings me to something that I did not get to tell you guys. This probably could be thrown in my favorites because I think so far that has been one of my favorite things about 2018. You guys know recently, if you follow me on Snapchat, I went to Ohio because Andre and those had the Big Ten Championship. And the Ohio State men's track and field team actually won the Big Ten Championship. They have not won a championship since 1992. So it made it even more exciting that Andre was a part of that winning team. He did awesome in the 400. He brought it home in the 4x4, which is actually the event that won the whole thing for the men. So that he was a part of it. He was the anchor. He was the last leg. I'll leave a link down below to the video if you guys want to see it. Again, he's the last one running for Ohio State. That video, every time I watch it, it gets just as exciting as if I was there in person. But I got a chance to go up there and see him and hug his neck. I haven't seen him since Christmas and I miss him so much. But I am really happy again that they won that. But they're actually headed to the NCAA Nationals, so that's why he's calling me, because he's up there trying to get an outfit together and he needs mommy's help. So okay, yeah, enough of that. Back to the makeup. So the final thing that I have been loving, because I know this video is probably super long by now, which I hate bringing you guys the long videos. This is the highlighter that I have been wearing a lot recently. This is from LA Girl. This is one of their strobe light strobing powders. That is what it looks like. This one is in the shade 20Y. I know I have shown you guys this before on my channel, but this is just like that perfect golden bronzy type of highlight. It is what I'm wearing on my face and I absolutely love it. Like, this is beautiful for pictures. This is beautiful in natural light. They have some really good highlighters and I kind of feel like they're overlooked. This one I paid $8.99. So basically $9 for this amazing highlight. Like, y'all missing out. If you have not checked these out, you can find LA Girl in CVS. You can find LA Girl in majority of your beauty supply stores. I think they also sell LA Girl, I don't know what's going on with my voice. And I think they also sell LA Girl in like some Ultas, or at least Ulta online if you can't get your hands on it in any other stores. So definitely check out their highlighters because I think they have a really nice variety. But 20Y has been one of my favorites. So I do not have a book of the month. I have not had a book of the month since like last year. I don't know what's going on with me, but I recently started reading Animal by Kwan or K1. It's a book that my boo Ash sent me, so I've recently started reading that, so I'll definitely keep you guys updated. As far as my TV shows, listen, Love After Lockup. Who's with me? Like, if this is not the most, like, I'm normally not a big reality TV girl, but this is like the biggest train wreck waiting to happen TV show that I cannot get enough of. I just watched the season finale. I hope that they're gonna have a reunion. I hope there is a season 2. I hope they give a couple of the ones that were on the show like their own spin-off shows, because I would watch, because Love After Lockup is like, I don't want to ruin it for those of you who maybe haven't watched it but you've been thinking about watching it. I'll just say check it out because you will be hooked. Like, it makes you roll your eyes. It makes you be like, girl, what are you doing? It makes you laugh. Like, it's just a train wreck in a TV show and I I am living for it. And that is it for my February favorites. I already can tell that this video has been a little long, but I feel like I had so many great things to show you guys, so much great news to share with you guys. And definitely let me know what have been your favorites for the month of February, and let me know if you tried any of these products that I've showed. You like it, you dislike it, all that other stuff. You know I want to know down below. Again, thank you guys so much for the feedback as far as my setup. So definitely let me know what you're thinking of this backdrop. I know you guys have been like, Tiff, you need to add some color. So I'm already looking at some blues and some pinks and some greens. So I'm definitely going to be changing it up as things continue and I just figure out as a whole what's working for me. But as always, thank you guys so much for your continued support. I say all the time, my channel definitely would not work without you all. So thank you so much. You are definitely the real MVP in my book. And until next time, bye YouTube.